This is Dirnan playing Transport Fever 2. Last episode, we spent the first decade of playing Transport Fever 2 making some money by moving logs and planks back and forth. Now we have 8 million in our account, and we have some options going forward. One of the options being we can repay all of the loan so that we won't have $50,000 coming out every year. However, that's not a whole lot of money. That's not more than I make moving the logs from one place to another, let alone with the train making money. The other option is to add more trains to the train line. This train just picked up planks, sorry, and there's already 104 there. So we could add in 2 more trains so that this line is full pretty much. Our other option is to find another money-making opportunity on the map. And I might have already found one. Over this direction is a good oil place. So, right here is the Norwalk chemical plant. Over here is the Meretta oil refinery. We can refine this oil and send it over here. We can move this oil to here and do the same thing. Move oil back over here. It's getting oil from here. So instead of moving logs and planks, we'll be moving oil and refined oil to make chemicals. Even though it looks like a little Lego thing called chemicals. And then eventually that chemicals can move across the river to a goods factory. We also need steel for the goods factory, but there you go. That, I think, is what we're going to do next. The one challenge will be, once again, we do have hills in the way. Can't just do a straight shot. We have to go around or through these hills. But it shouldn't be too difficult to go around here or even around this way. Get around hills. So let's build another 2 train stations, a couple more truck stations, and get stuff going. With a little editing magic, I've got some lines set up. So there's a truck station here from the oil well over to the oil refinery to start making refined oil. Then over here at the chemical plant, I've got another oil well set up to go to the train station there, and I've got a rail line that goes around this mountain here and heads straight into here. Now I also have bought the road things that I need, but let's buy the train together. We now have 2 options for engines. I'm going to go with the General because it has a higher top speed. And that's, it has more power, more everything. It does cost about twice as much, but things will be moving faster. When we do eventually need to replace the trains on the wood train line, I'll be using the General on those as well, unless it's farther along and there's more engines unlocked. Now, we still only have the 4 different cargo vessels, but we now have a tank car that we're going to use, and this will move both the crude oil and the oil to where we need it to be. Eventually, when we want to do the chemical plant, we would have to use a boxcar to move plastic. But right now, we need tank cars. Let's get a bunch of those. And sure, 3 million for 1 train. That's a lot. We will put it on the oil train line, and we will start time up. So it is now 1860. We should be seeing lots of trucks coming out of here and trucks coming out of here. There we go. And once we get back up to another 3 million, we will start another train line, another train on this line. But we're just going to sit here and wait and see how things go for this. And here is the train pulling in with just a little bit of oil in the other place, and it gets 400,000. Now it will take all of the crude oil that's here, most everything that was there, and head on a long journey back. And arriving with a full compartment of crude oil gets 1 million. In between clips, I did buy another train, so that train should be, of course, it's heading the same place that this one's already at instead of going to the other one. This one will come here and pick up as much refined oil as it can. This one is full, this one won't be as full, but eventually it'll start evening out. Now I have 2 working rail lines that have 2 trains each, and clicking on the line statistics button down here, we can see that the wood train here is making 2 million, and the oil train is making 1 million. Whereas the truck lines, which happen quicker, are less than 100,000. So even all of those added up don't equal one of the train lines. That's why trains are good for this game. Now, this chemical plant is indeed producing plastics, but it doesn't have anywhere to go. So it's not actually producing it to move around yet. In order to move it around, I would need to move it somewhere that needs it. So the goods factory that's across this river is where I could do it. Now, there are a few options to get across. I could extend the train line, create a new platform for the plastic to be on, and have a new line that goes all the way across to there. Let's see how much creating a track that crosses this river would cost me. So, for a basic bridge to cross this huge gap would be over $8.5 million. And that's not even having it high enough for ships to go under. And if I wanted a ship to come down to this oil refinery or pick up food from here or anything there, that couldn't happen because the bridge is too low and it won't allow ships to pass. So, we're not going to do that. We could build a road, and a simple country road crossing there is again $8.5 million to cross there with a bridge. That doesn't seem very feasible, but the game does have ships. So I could make a cargo harbor here and have trucks take it from here to near where the harbor is and just have a boat that goes across back and forth. Not a huge distance, I could do it fairly easily. The downside is that goods, which is what this factory is, also needs steel. Steel could come from up here, but how would I get it down here? I could do a long train route. The downside of that being that trains, as we head back over to train yard, the cargo, plastic, and goods can go in one type of car, but steel has to go in a flat car, like the wood and the planks do. And the iron and the coal that make the steel have to go in a different type of car. So, if I wanted to bring steel down, I could do that. But then going back, there would be nothing for the steel train to do. It'd just be losing money all the way back. Not a huge distance, but it is a distance. It would be nice if I could bring steel down to it and take the goods back up to Elk Grove, which needs the goods. But that's for a later time. Let's find a good spot where we can just set up a simple truck route to provide a city with something to grow with. So Elk Grove needs goods and building materials, which are the brick-looking things. Now there's bricks here, but the stone is kind of far over there. So let's see if we can't find something. And next episode, instead of building just trains, we're gonna keep it low-key and just go for a truck system in order to improve a city, so we can see what that looks like. So that's it for this oil episode. Thanks for watching. This has been Dirnan, playing Transport Fever 2.